Welcome back, guys. It's Brandon with swolldaddydetroit.com, and today I want to talk about macros. So whether you're just starting your fitness journey or maybe you've been working out for a while, I think a lot of people don't really understand macros. You've probably heard the term a lot, and it's a really simple concept. So basically what macros are, everything that you eat is broken down into three categories, either protein, carbohydrates, or fats. Now, what's important to know with these is what the calories are. So let's go into that right now. Let's take a look. So on the board behind me, I've got the breakdown of what the macros constitute as far as each macro for how many calories is in every single gram of each macro. So again, we've got protein, carbs, and fats. And if you look here, our proteins and our carbohydrates, for every gram that you eat, they've each got 4 calories. Our fats have 9 calories. So if you look at this, and you're thinking, hey, I need to be in a calorie deficit. I need to have lower calories than what I burn to be able to drop body fat. So which of these would you want to limit if you're trying to be in a calorie deficit? I think the pretty easy answer is your fats, right? This is 2.5 times more calories by weight for every gram of fat versus a carbohydrate or a protein, right? So this is what's going to be really important to help you lose weight, is to limit the fats. So a lot of the foods that we eat, like fast foods and things like that, they're not necessarily bad. They just contain high amounts of fats. And so that's kind of the issue, is we need to limit those fats. And so that's why you always hear about, hey, don't eat fast food, don't eat pizza. It's just because it's littered with a lot of fat. So we can actually substitute a lot of those foods with lower fat versions. Low fat or fat-free cheese, for example, can allow you to still eat some of those foods if you make those things at home. So, but again, I always tell people, whatever works for you. If for you, if you want to still eat your fats, a ton of fat, you want to do like a carnivore diet where you're just taking in protein and fats, that's fine, or keto. Whatever works for people, whatever makes it easier for you is the best thing, because at the end of the day, no matter what, it's all calories in, calories out. That's how every single diet works. If you lose weight, there's no magic with keto or any of that stuff. It's all limiting calories, whether it's fasting, any of that stuff, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all being able to limit calories where you're taking in less calories than your body needs to burn per day. It's just science. It's simple, guys. But again, this is something to remember. Just kind of memorize these. It's 3 little things to remember, right? Protein, carbs, 4 calories. Fats are 9 calories. So again, if this helps you to kind of put together your whole total calorie intake for the day, because you can kind of visualize it and think that, hey, if I need, 200 grams of protein, that's going to be 800 calories, right? 200 grams of protein times 4 calories, 800. If you want to do the same with carbs, and then however much your fats are, right, times it by 9, the grams of fat. So this is important. I think this is pretty important. I never realized this till probably 4 or 5 years ago when I kind of started my journey, and I think it really helped me a lot. So hopefully it helps you guys too. So we already know that we need to have protein in our diet. We need to have a high protein diet if we're hoping to sustain muscle or maybe even gain muscle. So usually for protein, you want to have about, a lot of people just go by, they round up and just say 1 gram per lean pound of body weight. Lean body weight, guys, not just body weight. So if you're 250 pounds, but you need to be 180 pounds, you don't need 250 grams of protein. You need 180 grams of protein. That's all you need. You can go over, that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. But you really only need that minimum amount. The whole point of this is really just to understand that, for one, carbohydrates are not bad, right? So I know a lot of people, you hear that a lot with the popularity of things like keto diet or carnivore diet, where people kind of stay away from carbs. But really, there's nothing wrong with carbs. Honestly, to keep your calories down, you really just need to limit the fats. So, that's the only bad thing, right? If you're eating, say, 150 grams of fats, you're talking, 1,200, 1,300 calories in your diet just from fat. So the fats are really what you need to limit if you want to stay in a deficit. And that's it. But otherwise, keep your protein high. What I always tell people, keep your protein, whatever your goal is for your protein based on your lean body weight, maintain that, and then just fill the rest of your calories with fats and carbs. It doesn't matter how you do it. Don't worry too much about those macro percentages. That's a whole nother video. But for your average person, if you're just trying to lose 10 pounds or even 200 pounds, you don't really need to worry about your macros other than keeping your protein high and total calories. Just let the fats and carbs go. The only time that really matters is if you're doing something like I'm doing right now, where I'm actually cutting for like a men's physique show. That's where it starts to get important once you get really, really lean. But for 90% of guys, if you're just out there and you're just trying to get to say 15% body fat, just kind of a healthy, body weight, you want to look decent at the beach with the shirt off, the macros, the fats and carbs percentages don't matter. Just keep your protein high, get your total calories in, make it easy on yourself, and that's it. And then I would also say definitely weigh your food, because if you're not weighing, you're guessing, you're not going to get maybe the results you're looking for. At least that's been my experience for the last 6 years. It wasn't until I started really weighing my food. Two things with weighing your food. One is you know exactly what you're putting into your body. Two is by weighing it, you start to understand what portions actually look like, right? So without that, you're kind of trying to imagine, and a lot of people overestimate, right? They see a big bowl of pasta and you're like, oh, that's only 500 calories, and then once you get it, once you actually weigh it all out, you realize no, it's 1,200 calories, right? So you're way wrong. Macros, just remember the 3 protein, 4 calories per gram. Same for carbs, and then fats are 9. If you could memorize that, I think that'll help you to go a long way in your weight loss journey. All right, so hopefully this helps you guys out. So go ahead and check out the website, swolldaddydetroit.com. We also sell our wrist straps on Amazon. It's just amazon.com/swolldaddy. And go ahead and leave me a comment if there's any other videos you guys want to see. I get a lot of questions, so I wanted to put out some videos to be able to help answer some of those. And we'll see you on the next one.